Good morning, Solid Steppers. Miss Ward is in the building. I am down here in Drury, South Florida, headed to Royal Palm Beach for my first customer this morning. Going to take care of a wine cooler situation. That should be short and sweet. Seems to be a temperature control issue. Got a couple of control boards and some things to address that. I'm going to turn my truck into my educational seminar as soon as I get off with you guys, get off of the video, because I need to always be learning. Of course, I'll do a crash course in these wine coolers, so I'm very clear about how they function. You know, we all think that everything functions the same, and they pretty much do, as long as you have the basics. But the key is there's always an ancient Chinese secret that's tucked away. Like this particular product is manufactured in China. The schematics on the back of it, I have those. Locating the parts was not really a challenge. You just had to be persistent, and I did that. But in all that, there are always clues, and when it's manufactured by certain manufacturers, they move and think a certain way as far as when they produce these products, because they usually produce them in mass for luxury markets such as the USA. So it's very interesting concepts. It reminds me of something of what Mr. Brown from Appliantology always says. He talks about how things are really the same parts, but they just may go by different names. So I always keep that in mind. But I really hope everybody's focused and they planned well for the day. And one thing I want to talk about is you finding places throughout the day to get things done. There's a great book called Getting It Done by I think the guy's name is James Allen. It's very good. It talks about organization, and it's based on how you organize your paperwork and files, but you can apply it to everything else in your life because it opens up time. It keeps you structured and disciplined. Like for instance, when I go to a client's house, I always take pictures of the model number. You know, I always request it before I go, but some people are older, some people are challenged when it comes to locating those things. And the reason why I requested is so I can prep properly before I arrive, and that I don't deal with any unnecessary curveballs. So what I do is I take all my customers' information, and when I put everything in the notes, like in their your contact or phone list, in the notes I'll put the model number, specific quirks and things about the customer, or things of that nature. Then I use OneDrive, and in OneDrive I create a master folder for all those customers for that particular lead or vendor I'm dealing with. And then I'll have that customer's personal file with all that information in it. So I never have to go looking for stuff. I can't stand looking for stuff. I want to be able to hit OneDrive, hit the search bar, and just type in what I need and it comes up. It's all about being efficient. So if you put those things in place and you discipline yourself, you don't have a problem. And the one time you don't, you be like, dang, I didn't load that address into contact. So now when I go to contact or text and I go into the contact details and I go to hit that infamous map button or address button that takes me straight to it, so I can give a customer an accurate time frame when I'll be there. Like, all that hits your customer service. It frustrates the customer and it frustrates you, because you're trying to serve them as best you can, but you don't have your systems in place. And this is what we talk about when we talk about systems. At some point, if you plan on building a business, you're going to have to find this shit. And you can't find it if you're not organized. And so those are things that I really stress. There's a great book called what do they call it? The 4-week year or something like that. Oh, 12-week year, excuse me. Sorry, I'm still asleep. The 12-Week Year is a great book because what it does is it gives you the ability to take 3 months, 90 days, and get major projects done. And you can do 3 to 4 projects within those 90 days. And with the incremental steps in place and the planning, what it would have taken you a year to do, you can knock it out in 90 days. It's really good book, really great program. I was turned on to that book by Erica Shanta Williams from the Classic Climb. Shout out to Erica. And that's the key. You got to get these systems in place because you got to realize you are going to burn out. And how you keep from burning out is staying organized. So as you do your standards of operations and hand the business over, or some of the minor duties, you have stuff in place. Your staff needs to be required to gather the information exactly the same way every time. And because some people are just sloppy in life, they're going to buck against those systems. That's why when you hire somebody, when and if you hire somebody, you got to make sure they understand the importance, and you got to hold people accountable from the door. You know, what I see a lot of people make mistakes with in management is that instead of training people properly and holding them accountable, you let them slide and be like, all right, don't worry about it. No, you hold their ass accountable because you will be paying for it later and doing the job they ass supposed to be doing. Ask me how I know. You know, those are just little tidbits. You got to kind of lay the blueprint now of what you want, because there's no way, like with me, there's no way I'm going to do this shit the rest of my life. I'm not going to be out here in these streets. Now, maybe for promotional purposes or to inspire somebody, but as far as making a living, ain't no damn way. That's insane. But if you don't put stuff in place, you'll be stuck out here, because this will be how you eat, you know? Enjoy it while you can, but always have the exit plan and exit strategy available in everything you do. I don't even give a damn if it's a relationship, you know? Nothing lasts forever, and if it does, the maintenance and how you handle yourself and respect the other parts of that situation adds to the longevity of it. But that's when maturity comes in. I mean, everything you do, you got to have a game plan. You know, a lot of y'all are past the age of romper room, but y'all making interesting decisions, you know? You're making lowbrow choices that affect you the rest of your damn life. You ain't in them streets. You're not a kid. You're not living at your mama's house, and if you are, you better be stacking. You know, I'm not hating on nobody. But at the end of the day, you got different cultures and communities that excel because generations live together. Then you got people out here with these stereotypes thinking, oh yeah, they hit 18, they're going to have to get the hell out of my house. Where they going to go? Have you looked at the economy? Have you looked at how much education is? It's hard out here for these kids, man. Shoot, it's hard out here for y'all grown-ass adults, and then you're going to put all that on the child, man. That's crazy. I see it all the time, man. I just look the other way because some people just should have never been a parent. But I'm going off on a tangent. You know, I'm going to say this, I'm going to be done. I feel like when God blesses you with a child, you know, and I'm a firm believer that children choose their parents, but that's a different conversation. They come with a lesson and an opportunity for you to do your best damn work. That's my personal opinion. In my personal life, anytime I've had the opportunity to co-parent or be a mentor to a kid, I've been serious about that. You know, I've been serious about it to the point where, look, I don't really care about you, but I care about them babies. And I'll make sure they straight because I touch their lives. That is my spiritual responsibility. Now, that's called a village raising a child. And a lot of us need to get back to that because these babies have so many influences out here. Their parents ain't damn stable because the parents still growing up. They don't want to admit the mistakes they made. They trying to be the child friend instead of their damn parent, which is insane. But then half of them wasn't damn parenting. I'm telling you, ain't no damn rule book to nothing in life. That's why you do the best you can. And when you screw up, you own it and move on and learn the lesson. I don't understand why it's so damn hard, man. I'm watching this doggone big ass truck moving around like it's a damn Honda. Just slow down. I'm on wonderful Florida's Turnpike, which is my favorite route to drive. I can't stand 95. But I love the turnpike because it's a straight shot and ain't no surprises in most cases. Damn, this dude is towing 3 mail trucks. Alright, so anyway, now that I done went off the rainbow and I'm going to jump back on. Stay focused today. Add to your systems today. Look back and say, okay, I done got up. I've been up X amount of minutes. What can I do? What can I do to streamline my day-to-day and for days to come? Man, it could be the littlest thing, man. That's that solid step of yarn, boy. Yeah, I got to get my butt to bed early tonight. That is the goal. I got some serious work to do. So, with that said, I'm getting ready to turn my truck into my seminar spot. Absorb as much as I can about these wine coolers. So my head is fresh because I'm a little froggy this morning. But it's no excuse for me not to excel. I got about 30 minutes before I get to the client, so that's 30 minutes to get it in and show up as the professional I am. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So it's always a pleasure speaking to my solid steppers every morning. Thank you for following me. Thank you for listening to a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You know, I'm that cool ass auntie. We all got one. So I'm going to sign off, and I want you guys to have an outstanding, phenomenal, record-setting day. Thank you, and be blessed.